At the time, I was 14, 8th grade, and when you know who you are at that age, it's gonna be rough.
At first, it was complicated. Like, I always had to hide who I was, and now I don't have to.
I started to recognize that I was attracted to women in a way that most people would say that's bad.
Growing up, I always tried to hide it. You know, I always made sure I was on the football team and the track team.
You had to be a liar, a cheat, because you had a compelling need that you felt if it was exposed, you would never recover from the shame.
I was happily married. We had 5 children, and I felt like it was a good marriage.
I didn't hide it anymore. I told my parents, which flipped them out, and they kicked me out of the house, and I quit college.
It doesn't matter if you're bi, it doesn't matter if you like girls or boys or what. You have to be okay with whoever you are.
Living in the closet, I think you subject yourself to a lot of mental torture. And I've seen that through a lot of my friends that decided that they wouldn't discuss it openly with their parents, or it's something that they would kind of, you know, allude to and say, oh, well, they know, like, don't ask, don't tell.
The biggest question, what if? What if I'm bi? What if I'm a lesbian? What if I like girls? What if?
It was very, very difficult to see beautiful, brilliant, talented young people convinced that they should kill themselves because life was going to be nothing but torture and horror, and they were never going to be happy, and their parents were going to hate them, and they couldn't, quote unquote, get married, and some of them were successful at that suicide.
Catherine was questioning her identity and coming to me because she was confused. I told her, whatever it is, it's okay.
In our school, word travels very, very fast, so even the slightest suspicion might cause a huge ruckus and huge gossip circle at the lunch table.
Basically, I always tried to live in 2 worlds because I had the close buddies that I grew up with who were straight, getting married, having kids, dating, and always hiding and doing my gay thing with my gay friends and living a double life.
It was with me since before puberty, my desire to be a girl and then a woman. When I went to college, when I turned 21, when I got married, every milestone I was thinking, this is it, I'll be able to resist it. So I took all my feminine garments, put them in a paper bag. I went out one night and I found an empty lot and I scattered them to the winds. And I walked home from there and I said, now you can be normal. You can be like everyone else. So the next night I was out looking for this stuff.
When you think about a teenager coming to terms with their sexuality and the fear and the confusion that's going on in their minds, the parents are only one step behind that.
And I have to say, the first thing I did was look up online and in the phone book if there was any kind of parent support group, and this was the number I got legally. And I called them up, I said, I need a safe place for my 8th grade daughter to go.
Legally, it's more than just a place to be safe. It's I would say my second home, because if I can't be who I want to be in school or be annoying at home, I can come here and just have fun. You know, I don't have to hide or duck underneath the couches because someone's going to say something to me.
Lauren has a double challenge, and not only is she a member of the gay and lesbian community, but she is also disabled, and her disability is something that legally was smart enough and resourceful enough to identify and say, you know what, there's a double whammy going on here.
When I walked through the doors, they took the time
to learn about my disability and handle it sensitively and make sure that I felt welcome both as a lesbian and as a disabled person.
The staff that we have here is so talented in so many different ways, whether it be the degrees that they've achieved through their academic careers, or whether it be their life experiences, either as LGBT or allied straight folks, is just so rich. Combined with the passion that every single person has here, makes this the best staff I have ever seen out of any nonprofit organization.
Well, we are a corporate partner with Legally. As part of being a small business owner, I think the work Legally does and the network does for young people, for middle-aged, for older, gay and lesbian people on Long Island, sets an example that I want to support and that I'm lucky to be able to support.
As you grow older, people die around you. So you lose a lot of friends. And of course I lost a lot of friends because I wanted to be a woman and I was hiding it from everyone.
I find that what I need to do is widen my circle of friends, and Sage is a wonderful place to do that.
I never even knew about Sage Long Island until less than a year ago.
I know a lot of the older generation, myself as part of that, now can have a place they didn't have before.
Coming to Sage Long Island, I figured that it's not the end, there's more. That's the highlight of the week for me. I look forward to it.
It's a good place to make new friends because your old friends are slowly slipping away.
As a gay man and as a gay business owner, I have a particular interest in what Legally is doing.
Believing and supporting Legally is all about helping children. And gay kids need our help more because society has absolutely drowned them in degradation.
And kids are still getting the message that it's all right to bully or call someone a fag or poke fun at someone who's different.
And to have an organization that begins to educate the public is so critical because they don't see us in the human rights arena like they do other areas of need.
Since 1993, our organization has established an incredible presence in terms of not only getting a seat at the table and representing the LGBT community or making sure the interests of the LGBT community are represented, but also getting a voice at the table, and a voice that matters. And to have that visible presence, to have that visibility, to have that voice, to make sure that the needs of the LGBT community are included in every aspect of Long Island life is really, really important and is making a difference in transforming Long Island.
I think as I've become more involved with Legally, I've come to discover that it's not just a community center, it's not just a building. Legally is out in the community. Legally is in schools, helping to form gay-straight alliance clubs. They're working on policy. They're up in Albany. They're all around Long Island. And it's this active role that makes them different from other organizations.
And what we've got to do is engage in the exact kind of education and advocacy that Legally does. And that's why I'm so high on Legally's Safe Schools program. I think it all starts there in the classroom.
Because we have been so successful in starting these programs, being a great advocate in the community, more and more people are coming to us in terms of need for service. We need to get a new building. We have outgrown our current center, our current facility, and we need to at least triple the size that we have. We need to make sure that primary medical care is given to our community. That's one of the things that's lacking big time on Long Island.
I wish that I had some place when I was in my teens or early 20s that I could go and there would be people like me I could talk to, that I would be safe, that I would feel comfortable.
So had there been, a center like Legality when I was growing up, and an organization that gave support to gay black men, I think it would have profoundly affected my life in a positive way.
The idea of her not having that safety net, not having that safe haven, scares me. I don't know what other people do that don't have a Legally near them.
If it wasn't for Legally, I'm not really sure what kind of support network gay youth would have out here. I'm not sure where they would go with their questions, where they would meet other gay kids.
If it wasn't for Legally, I think I would have employees who weren't as comfortable with having a gay boss.
Because of Legally, I think my life changed. I mean, it was opening a whole new door of being there for kids in a way that I was too frightened to be there.
There'd be a lot more bullying. I think there'd be a lot less understanding. I think kids, gay or straight, would come out of high school less prepared for the real world.
Without Legally, I'd feel alone and I'd be worried about my daughter.
To watch our young people smile and sing at Legally Idle, you know, to come in here on a Monday and see our seniors sitting around munching on Entenmann's cake and laughing with one another. That's what it's all about.
We went to the Gay Pride Parade in Huntington. I told her we'll watch. The next thing you know, I'm wearing my Legally t-shirt, and so is she. She ditched me to go off with the GSA. She knows who she is and she's comfortable. And I think she can be a role model for other people. And it was one of the proudest moments I had ever had.
God bless Legally, because it was that place for me to go. It was like my mom or dad.
And you talk to people. I try to move around and talk to different groups all the time because I want to have a lot of friends.